here. Okay, so it's 5. Alright. I'm going to play a few out, and then I'm going to show you... Well, actually, I'm not going to play a few out. I'm going to try to develop situations that I can show you pretty much how they happen. Alright, so we're going to start from this stage. The whole beginning of this is really standard. You jump early. That jump just lines this jump up with the ladder. Standard. That barrel comes down. That barrel comes down. Okay? Here. Okay, now we're going to start straight jumping. Watch what I do. Wait for that barrel to pass, and then I come over. I didn't have to long jump that girder at all. Now watch. This position right here, Donkey Kong only throws 2 types of wild barrels. Only 2, from this position right here. Now, there's a difference between this position right here and this position right here. You must be hugging the ladder as close as possible. Okay, so if you're in this position right here, Donkey Kong throws 2 types of wild barrels. One's a bomb that goes straight down. Just drop straight down to the oil can. The bomb can never hit you from this position. Well, there's really 3 types if you want to get really technical. The second will be a bomb variation, where it drops straight down for a short degree and then starts to travel left or right. That one you're safe from too. Okay, the other wild barrel, the only wild barrel that can hit you in this situation, comes out of Donkey Kong's hands and gently falls down to the right. There are 2 ways to avoid it. Step about right here, which is dangerous because if you step right here to avoid the wild barrel, you can avoid it. But if you don't steer enough barrels down the broken ladder, and there's a barrel coming almost above this ladder, you will push the barrel literally right into you. So pretty much the essence of this strategy is steering as many barrels as possible down the broken ladder. So from this position, I'm trying to get that barrel down, that barrel, okay, I missed one. That barrel, whoops, hold on, let me grab that one, here. See, I have the whole girder cleared. Comes down, there it is right there. See, since I had the whole barrel cleared, the whole girder cleared, whoops, as soon as he threw that wild barrel, I could easily step out of its way. Let me show you again. Alright, so that's the whole beginning of this run is super standard. Sometimes he throws a wild barrel right there, and you can actually slip right in the middle of it right there. Up. Steer down. We're going to steer that one from the bottom. See how I steered those 2, even from the very, very bottom? Okay, see how I long jumped there? But Donkey Kong was grabbing a barrel, and I was almost to the safe spot. Alright, so watch. I'm going to try to get him to throw that wild barrel. I'm just going to sit here as long as I can and show you there's only 1 type of wild barrel that can hit you in this situation. And I'm going to stay here until it develops. Alright, if the fireball comes up, I'll restart it. Okay, the fireball came up. There it is. See how I stepped just to the right of it? And the girder was clear? Here, look, I'll try to generate the situation. Whoops. Fireball's going to give me a hell because I'm actually parking I would be up to the top by then, but I want to sit there in that spot until he throws a couple of those wild barrels so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about here. Okay, so we're in this situation, steering as many down the broken as possible. I'm waiting for him to throw wild, broken, nope, none of those were. Alright, that was an interesting spot there. Broken, there. Alright, got the girder clear, waiting for him to throw the wild. Getting ready. There it is. Boom, I just stepped just out of its way. That's the only barrel he'll throw in that situation that can hurt you. Alright, so let me do it again. Now, you might ask yourself, why is this valuable? Well, this is valuable because that's the spot you need to be standing before you make your attempt up to the 5th girder. So, if you're standing in that spot juking barrels, and he throws a wild, you know how to deal with it. Alright, we're gonna generate the situation a few more times before I move on to the next situation. Steer down, we're going to defensively group these barrels, and never mind, it steered on its own, so we're not going to defensively group. Down the broken, pausing. Okay, now that I'm in this spot, I'm going to wait for that situation to develop again. Whoops, missed a steer down the broken, that was too late. Down, missed it. Down, missed it. Whoops. Alright, I gotta start over because the fireball's coming up. I'll get it to develop a few more times. It normally takes about around 16 to 20 barrels on average. Sometimes you go into a little dry spell, but normally doesn't take very long. Look at Fireball's running his ass up here. Yeah, I gotta restart it. Alright, give me a... Yeah, only while standing in that spot, though. Did you see that wild barrel that just passed there? That I just jumped in between the second barrel that comes down? See, you can always get in front of that wild barrel, but the thing is, you have to be holding right as soon as the stage begins. If you pause just for a second, and they throw that wild barrel, you're not going to be in the right spot. But if you start running right as soon as the stage starts, go up the ladder perfectly, start heading left, you will never get hit by the wild barrel that just came. Alright, I'm defensively grouped. See how I did that? It just makes it easier, because I only have to jump 2 barrels, I just have to jump 1 barrel. Alright, so here we are, in our spot, waiting for him to throw wild. Fuck you, Fireball. Alright, so give me a few more seconds. You only need to see it a few more times before you realize what the fuck's up. But, now listen, like I said, this strategy hinges on how many barrels you can dump down the broken ladder. If you can't steer enough down the broken ladder, the best way to avoid this wild barrel is like this. Whoops. Instead of going right, like that, you can actually go left. It's about that far. That far will take you out of the range of the wild barrel. But I've trained myself to get as many steers down the broken, so I'm trying to do it to the right, because damn you, Firewall. Yeah, there is. If you are just running the boards, Tom, just running the boards, and running the boards for me is, alright, let me explain to you. Everything, this is going to probably blow your mind. Everything, alright, you see the bottom girder, that's number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, everything up until the 4th girder is completely, 100% standardized. Meaning, you should never die running the boards in between girders 1 and 3, because the situations that develop are limited. Let me explain what I mean by that. Alright, so let's say you start the stage. Like I said, if you are holding right once the stage begins, and you quickly go up the ladder, and you're just, this is running the boards pattern. Well, jump there, bang, jump 2 in a row here, bang, bang. Now look, that barrel came down, or I would have been a little bit faster. Okay, that's running the boards that's running the boards as fast as you can possibly do it. I will show you, there's only about 4, maybe, I think it's only 3 or 4 wild barrels that he throws. There's only 3 different types of wild barrels that you will ever encounter if you are just running the boards from girders 1 through 4. I'll explain each one of them. Fuck. Okay, the first one that's going to come is going to be thrown about right here. He's going to throw, see the barrel that's going down the broken ladder? The next barrel that he throws will be wild. If the next barrel that he throws wild, you can always get around it by running the boards. You will jump this barrel and jump that barrel. Have you ever seen the wild barrel that comes down and it comes just on Mario's back right after you jump this barrel? Everyone's familiar with it. That's like the most common wild barrel that everyone sees. If you're fast enough and you're holding right when the stage starts, Mario will jump over that barrel and the wild barrel would just go right behind Mario. That's the first wild barrel the earliest wild barrel he can ever throw is barrel number 3. Or maybe it's barrel number 4. Yeah, it's barrel number 4. Barrel number 4 wild barrel looks just like this, and they can never hit you. But if you start the stage and you go like do one of these maneuvers and then go, you're fucked. It's gonna hit you. You cannot avoid it by just running the boards at that point. You're gonna have to go like this. He throws it, and you're gonna have to do one of these moves and then get out of the way, which is gonna give the fireball more time to come up. Alright, now I'm gonna explain to you wild barrel number 2. What wild barrel number 2 is gonna look like. Wild barrel number 2 is thrown about right here. Okay? Maybe a little bit before this point, actually. Wild barrel 2 looks something like this. It comes down the screen really, really, really gently to the right. And sometimes, as you're going on this girder, it starts to come back left. And when it does, you can avoid it by going just like this, going up the short ladder. If he throws the second type of wild barrel, it will actually come, here, I'll try to show you the spot where it comes. I could run boards enough to actually show you every single one of these, but if you played enough, you know what I'm talking about. Or you'll see it when it happens. So, we already talked about wild barrel number 1. If you're fast and just running the boards, it'll slip behind you. I wish I had save states for all these. Wild barrel number 2 generally falls about a little bit behind Mario right here. Just behind Mario's back. That's the second fastest wild barrel that he can ever throw. Okay? Here's number 3. Whoops. Okay, here's the third wild barrel that he can throw. So it's like either the 5th or 6th barrel. If it's wild, we've already talked about the one that goes right there. We've already talked about the one that goes right there. Now we're talking about this one right here. He throws a wild barrel when you're pretty much right about here. When he throws that wild barrel, this is the easiest one to get out of. You just go like this. You wait for him to release it, and once he releases it, you go straight up the ladder. If there's too many barrels, like, if you can't go up the ladder right now, obviously, or you would die. In that situation, the best way to avoid it is just to go a little bit on the right side of the long ladder. So here's, whoops, I was a little bit late. I would actually die to the first wild barrel here. There's the second, here's the third, and the third. If you have the girders clear, like here, the girder's obviously clear, I would obviously go straight up the middle ladder here, and it would completely come to the left of Mario. But like if there's a barrel above this middle ladder that Mario's standing near, you can avoid it by going like this. Just right here, and it will avoid you. Alright. Now we're talking about 4th girder. 4th girder is where the game has so many outcomes that they become too many to really encounter. But it's not so bad if you're just running the boards as fast as possible. You can actually get into the same situation more than a few times. Alright, so I'm going to show you 4th girder wild barrels. So, I'm going to go through them. Boom, that's wild barrel number 1. Will come just to the back of Mario. Wild barrel number 2 right here will come just to the back of Mario. Whoops. Wild barrel 3... Fuck. Damn it. It's hard for me to pause and try to do this. Wild barrel 3 is up on the 3rd girder, and it's just to the left of the long ladder on the 3rd girder. It's like right here, and you can avoid it just by going up this ladder. 4th girder, they're always going to come down really gently to the right, and the best way to avoid any wild barrel on the 4th girder is by going right, like this. Okay, no problem, Tom. I'll hit you up later. We'll finish this some other time. I'll keep going, just for Jason's sake. But that's the way to avoid wild barrels when thrown here. I'm gonna try to sit here and kind of throw a few. Just step a little bit right. See both of those? Watch, I'll throw them again. If you're standing still, they can actually never hit you, but that's counterintuitive to someone. It's too much to think about sometimes. Because if you take a few steps to the left, it can't hit you. And then you gotta think, oh, was I standing still when he threw the wild barrel? Or blah blah blah. Defensively group. Nope. Alright, let me see if you can throw one on the 4th girder. Defensive group. Fuck. I normally don't sit on this girder as much, but I'll sit on there just a little bit more to show you what the 4th girder wild barrels look like. And you always avoid them by going to the right, always. Never go to the left. Alright, so we're here on the 4th girder. I'm going to try to steer as many down the broken as possible to make it so I live longer. I'm going to defensively group those. See how I did that? Straight jump, broken, broken, straight jump. He'll throw one in a minute here. Here we go. Boom. Just a little bit to the right. No big deal. Every 4th girder barrel is the same. Wop barrel is what I mean. Okay, now, since we've talked about pretty much all the barrels that he can throw successively, as you're progressing by just running the boards, now we're going to talk about some of the safe spots for wild barrels. Okay, we've already talked about this wild barrel right here, and how to avoid it either by going a little bit to the right, only if you can steer enough barrels down the broken ladder, or a little bit to the left if you have barrels incoming. I've already talked about this spot. Now, we're going to talk about short ladder strategy. What everyone calls watching Donkey Kong. Everybody says, you get hit by a wild barrel, you need to watch Donkey Kong. That's exactly right, and I'm going to show you. There's many ways to do it, long ladder, short ladder. I'm going to show you the short ladder strategy of how to make sure you never get a bomb dropped on your head coming up the short ladder. Whoops. I'm trying to get in this spot. I'm not really trying to be safe here. I'm just trying to get to the situation. Okay, whoops, that was stupid. Okay, let me explain a little bit about short ladder strategy. Short ladder strategy hinges on being able to dump as many barrels down the broken ladder and the long ladder that Mario's standing just to the left of. There's a way that you can line up the barrel on the the long ladder and the broken ladder and dump them at the same time. I'll see if I can do it. Whoops, see how I did that? I fucked up there, but I wanted to show you. See how I steered the barrel on the long ladder and the barrel down the broken ladder at the exact same time? That is a situation that helps you a lot, because they line up way more than you think. And if you can dump 2 barrels on the same steer, you're fucking doing really good. So I'm going to try to show you this situation a few more times. You gotta do it perfect, you gotta time it right, and you've got to be able to notice the situation as it progresses. But yeah, dumping 2 barrels with the same steer down 2 different ladders is like really optimal for short ladder strategy. There, oh, I almost had it. Here, I gotta restart because of the fireball. I almost had it, but it didn't steer. So, when I'm talking about straight jumping the 4th girder, straight jump there. See how it releases the barrel and then it passes? Whoops. I'm going to defensively group those. Straight jump. Okay, now I can slip by because he released a barrel and it didn't go down the broken ladder. So I could pass the whole 4th girder without never having to long jump and only doing straight jumps. And now I can go into... Okay. So... we're dumping barrels. You need to get the girder as clean as possible. Let me show you what a clean girder looks like. That right there is a textbook fucking grade A meat clean girder. What I mean by clean girder is this is a great opportunity for you to get up on this girder without creating a weird barrel combination that's going to get you smoked. Let me show you an example of a non-clean girder. Whoops. Whoops, fuck. See how I avoided that wild barrel again? I'm going to show you an example of a non-clean girder. If the girder is real messy, you do not want to climb into that. Especially if you trigger a steer by doing that. There's the second wild barrel. Did you see that? There was the second one that I was telling you about earlier. Broken. Up. Broken. Okay, split in the spot. Okay. Shit, what was I talking about? There was one more element that I wanted to hit on. Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. I know I was on the short ladder strategy, but there's one thing I wanted to say before Oh, a non-clean girder. This is what a girder that you do not want to climb into looks like. Hold on. Right there. That situation, you do not ever want to climb into this motherfucker. If you climb into this situation, you're looking at a very, very quick, early straight jump. Which means the only way to get past this is to perform an early straight jump. And then perform another straight jump after it. It's a little bit too long to long jump. So here's the thing. If you climb the girder and the barrels are too close to you and you can't perform an early straight jump, you perform like a late straight jump, you actually land and the second barrel will get you. You do not want to climb into this shit. So we need a clean girder here. So we're waiting for... That's an early straight jump. Alright, this is a clean girder. Boom. Now watch what I do. Alright, this is going to be hard to explain, kind of. I've shifted Mario's location from this spot. Once I get a clean girder, I shift Mario's location from this spot to this spot. Do not touch the ladder, do not grab the ladder. Get so close to it that you can almost grab it, but you just can't. Now watch what I'm going to do. My eyes are now focused completely on Donkey Kong. I'm going to pause it right when it happens. Boom. That barrel right there is not going to be wild. You want to know why? Because it's not spinning in his hand. When he grabbed it, I could tell that the barrel is not spinning. This barrel is not wild. This barrel is a perfect opportunity to climb the short ladder. Watch what I do. Bang. Perfect. Okay, now watch, we're going to do it again. Waiting for a clean girder. Got a clean girder. Nose on here. Stepped out of the way of it. See, sometimes when you put your nose on that ladder, he throws a wild. You can easily step out of the way of it because A, you've got a clean girder, and B, you can just step right out of the way of it. It's no big deal. Alright, so I'm going to show you that situation one more time. You need to be able to identify that a barrel is not wild before Donkey Kong ever turns to the right. If you wait till Donkey Kong turns to the right to drop it, you're actually too late. You need to do it right as he grabs the barrel that's not spinning. Okay. Wasn't a clean girder. I mean, it was a clean girder, but he threw wild, and since it was clean, I could get out of it. Here. Okay, boom. That was a non-wild barrel. I was a little bit late on pressing pause. We got a pretty clean girder here. Boom, boom. Hammer it out. Now, once we've got the hammer here, there's another thing to think of. Donkey Kong's currently grabbing for another barrel. If I was just to go straight under Donkey Kong right now, and the next barrel he throws wild, it'll look a little something like this. I'll be pretty much directly underneath Donkey Kong, and then he drops it right on my head. Watch what I do. That's a non-wild barrel. Boom. See this spot right here that I'm standing in? Let me get perfectly in the middle of this spot. It's right here. This spot right here, if you're standing directly in this spot right here, and Donkey Kong throws a wild barrel, it will never hit you. This is the only safe spot on the entire board for level 5 and above. This whole conversation only applies to level 5 barrels or higher, not 1 through 4. 1 through 4 wild barrels operate on a different scale. So, you want to utilize this spot right here as a safe spot. Wild barrel can't hit you here. So watch what I do. After I've put my nose to the ladder, I've identified a non-wild barrel, and I've climbed to the short ladder, positioned myself under the hammer, there's actually another wild barrel he can throw, which I'm going to go into right now. This is a hard situation to generate, but I can show it to you. Okay, so I'm waiting for a non-wild, whoops, barrel, girder wasn't clean, non-wild, there it is, up. Alright, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab the hammer, and I got to show you the spot after the hammer is used. Here, I can actually show it to you right here. Do you see the position Mario's in right here? I'm not hanging off the girder, I'm directly under where the top hammer used to be, right here. If you're standing right here and he throws a wild barrel, it can hit you, but it's so easy to get away from. I'm going to sit in the spot until he throws a wild barrel. Watch. When he throws it, it's going to come gently down to the left, and it can easily be avoided by stepping left. I might die to a fireball, but I'm trying to pull a situation out here. It's going to throw a wild, it's going to come gently down to the left, and I'm going to take 2 steps left, and it's not going to hit me. Okay, I got to restart. Now, the reason why that is significant is because after you come up the short ladder, and you've identified a clean girder, put your nose on the short ladder, you've identified a non-wild barrel, you make your climb, and as soon as you make your climb, and as soon as you get up, step left directly under the hammer. Bang, he throws a wild barrel. If he throws a wild barrel, all you do is have to just take a short, don't jump up, grab the hammer. Take a few steps left, the barrel will miss you, get right back under the hammer, grab it. So, that's why this situation is significant, and why you want to understand how the wild barrels act when Mario's in this position. Okay, so we need a clean girder here. That's a good clean girder, okay? See how, if he throws a bomb, I'm not grabbing the ladder, I can get out of its way. Okay, we're waiting for clean, up, boom. We're going to grab the top hammer here, and then I'm going to sit right in the spot. Normally, you don't want to sit in the spot. As soon as you've identified a non-wild barrel, you want to go underneath Donkey Kong and park in the safe spot, but we'll get to that. Alright, so I'm waiting for the wild barrel that he throws right here. very, very easy to avoid. Okay, hopefully it throws it soon. There it is. Boom! Fucking easy! That's the only wild barrel he throws in that situation that can kill you. He either throws that one, a bomb that can never kill you, or a bomb variation that can never kill you. That's all you gotta do. Take a step left. It's fucking easy as shit. We're gonna look on generate a situation again. Fuck. Alright, so we're trying to generate the wild barrel again. Early straight jump. Wall jump. Fuck. See, normally I wouldn't be parking here, but I'm trying to, like I said, generate these situations so you can understand how to react to them when they happen. Need a clean girder here. There's our clean girder. Waiting for it. Non-wild, up, under, grab the hammer. Now we're going to sit here and wait for the spot. Just pretending that the next wild barrel after you got the hammer, or before the hammer, was thrown wild. You'll be right in this spot right here. Do I straight jump that one? Okay, come on, throw it. Throw it. Throw it. Boom. Textbook. All day long. All day long. Okay, so now that we've identified that situation, you know exactly how to run the boards all the way up till the 4th girder and all the wild barrels that you can throw in those situations and how to avoid them. Once you hit the 4th girder, you know that you need to straight jump, you need to get into the safe spot just to the right of the long ladder, and you need to steer down the broken and long ladder in such a way to give you a clean girder. Once you've got a clean girder, you need to put your nose on the short ladder and wait for Donkey Kong to grab a non-wild barrel. If he doesn't grab a non-wild barrel and he throws a wild, you need to step right out of its way, which is not going to put you in any harm's way because you have a clean girder. If the next barrel he grabs is not wild, you want to make your ascent up the short ladder. As soon as you get to the top, you want to step under the bottom hammer. If while you step under the bottom hammer, he immediately throws a wild barrel, do not grab the bottom hammer. Top hammer, excuse me. I mean top hammer for all that. If you get underneath the top hammer, he throws the wild barrel, do not jump and grab the hammer. Take 2 or 3 steps left, the wild barrel will miss you, and then you can move back right under the hammer, grab it. Okay, once you've grabbed the hammer, you know that, okay, this is what hold on, I'm going to do a clean hammer grab and show you exactly what the situation is going to look like. Down, broken, over, straight jump. We'll need a clean girder here, generate a clean girder, one more, okay, we're on a super clean girder, non-wild, up, waiting for this late jump, straight jump, grab the hammer. That wasn't a wild, so now I'm going underneath Donkey Kong because he didn't throw a wild. I park in this spot right here. This is, like I said, the only safe spot on a level 5 board. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm trying to get these steers down like this. This is what I'm going to do. Put my nose right there. See where I took just a little bit of a step forward out of the safe spot? If this barrel right here, which is obviously not a wild, I can quickly step under and get the fuck right, dumping all the barrels that way. Now from here, I'm completely out of harm's reach of a wild barrel. This is the other safe spot, but it's really not worth mentioning. So, I'm just going to talk about top hammer for a minute, and then we're going to move on, because this is it, that's everything. That's all. Generating clean girder, we got it, waiting, non-wild, up, hammer grab, we're stopping, okay, that's a non-wild, come under, park in the safe spot, put your nose here, that's a non-wild, I can step under it like that, and then steer the rest from this side, completely safe from any wild barrel. Then, now that you're safe, you can just dump your barrels and go. That right there is barrel strategy, just run the board with Dick Nose 101, wrapped up, clean, nice package. That's how you do it. No one could tell you anything better than that. And that's all you really need to ace barrel boards consistently every single time. So I'm just going to go through it one more time, and then we're going to move on to another stage. Jump here to line up our second jump directly with the ladder. Boom. Up. Jump these 2 barrels, and you wait for this one to cross the long ladder. It didn't cross the long ladder, so now, well, this is a weird situation. Fuck, that was stupid of me. I could tell that was a weird situation developing, because I was trying to rush it a little bit too much. Okay, we're waiting for that one to pass the long ladder. Pass the long ladder. You can actually get 2 girders on that pattern right there. Over, straight jump, waited for that one, and now we're under. Getting a clean girder here. Okay, we jump 2 at a time. Clean, boom, up, under. That one's non-wild, I step under to the safe spot. That one's non-wild, so I step under, and I'm gone. Staring every barrel from the right. And then up, done. That's it, that's everything. Alright, well you also want to look at Donkey Kong. Don't cheat yourself. If it takes a long time to learn, it takes a long time to learn. Keep your eye on Donkey Kong. I mean, most people, I simplify it as much as possible so that you can do it. Don't sell yourself short. Alright, next stage. We're going to do springs. Okay. Alright, let me ask you one question on the springs here. Do you ever have any problems going from this spot right here to the safe spot? Do you ever, even sometimes, die going from this spot to the yellow spot? Do you have any problems with that?